Hi everyone, I'm Joshua Boxerman. This is Transit Sports. Alright, basically today for my first segment, I'll talk about what everybody else has been talking about in Montreal, the firing of Carbo, and what implication that does to our playoff run. Do we still have a chance to win the cup, or has management just thrown in the towel for this year? And see you next year. We'll try to do our best. Guy Carbo won the conference, the Eastern Conference last season, which is a pretty big feat itself. Any other year, he would have probably kept his job. Since it's Montreal, 100 years, historic year, 24 Stanley Cups, going for 25th. The team really just wasn't going anywhere this year. So rather than keep Carbo and not make the playoffs and make the whole organization look bad because they didn't make the change, if they don't make the playoffs, well, they can just say, oh well, we couldn't do anything, we did everything that was possible to get us there. Although I don't believe that's true. They could have won for something at the trade deadline easily. So basically I believe Carbo lost the job because his young guys mainly and some veterans just didn't pull in the same direction this year. Nobody wanted to get on the Carbo boat. They had a lot of scandals, mainly the young guys partying a lot, like way too much, and the Kostitsyn brothers obviously being linked to mafia members, although I don't believe that that's big of a deal. Has also been a lot of injuries to our main key guys, like Saku Koivu, which was having not his best year, but wasn't taking bad penalties. He was doing his best all year. He could have helped us out during the hard times. And then there was Alex Tanguay, Chris Higgins, Carey Price was also injured, Mike Komisarek, which hasn't been the same since injury. He's playing very poor lately, and that obviously has an effect on the team's record. My four candidates for to be the next Montreal Canadiens head coach are Bob Hartley, Bob Gainey, Don Lever, and Mark Crawford. I'll start with Bob Gainey. Basically, Bob Gainey, he's had success everywhere he's been. He's won the cup as a GM with the Dallas Stars. He's also brought the Minnesota North Stars, a team that was going nowhere, and brought him to the Stanley Cup Finals in his first year, even though compiling a pretty mediocre record of 27 wins, 39 losses, and 14 ties, which by today's standards wouldn't have even been close to the making the playoffs. He played with us for a little less than 20 years, 18 years to be exact. He was our captain. He knows what it takes to win here. He knows the implications that it brings, the expectations. Basically, he can speak both French and English, which will please a lot of people in this city, as it is a very bilingual city and province, which is mainly French. I believe he will keep the job, as he stated that he really likes doing, just being behind the bench and staying in contact with the players. He seems to really embrace the role. I believe he might give the general manager job to somebody else, maybe Julien Brisebois. We'll see what happens. Secondly, there's Don Lever. Don Lever, he's worked his way through the AHL, the NHL. He's had assistant coaching jobs in the NHL and coaching jobs in the AHL. He won the Calder Cup in 2006, 2007 with the Hamilton Bulldogs. He was a big part of that cup run. He's good with the young guys. He's a good communicator. He'll tell you if you're doing bad. He'll tell it, but he'll also compliment you when you're doing good. He won't stress you. He'll just try to keep you mellow as possible. Keep good communication between each other. If you're doing well, he won't have a problem with you. You just have to perform under him. Although I believe it is very important that the coach speak French. I don't believe that you should take another guy over him just because the other guy speaks French, if Don Lever is a better coach indeed. So for that, it would be disappointing for him to not get hired if that's the only criteria that they base themselves on. but at the same time, it's the business of Montreal. It's the market here. That's what they need, and it's a very intricate part of the city. Also, my third candidate is Bob Hartley. Bob Hartley's won wherever he's been. Went to the Laval with the Laval Titans in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. And he brought the Titans to Memorial Cup participation his second season at the bench of the team. He's over his seasons in the NHL. He's compiled an impressive record of 329 wins, 226 losses, 61 ties, and 34 overtime losses in 651 career games, which is a pretty good winning percentage. He's won a Calder Cup with the Hershey Bears in 1997. He's won the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche in the 2000-2001 season. He's had, as I said before, a Memorial Cup participation. He's led his team to 4 straight Northwest Division titles. He's also led the Avalanche to 4 straight conference finals in the playoffs, which is pretty impressive. The Avalanche during his tenure could have made up a dynasty. Unfortunately, they only won 1 cup. Basically, he speaks very well in French. He speaks perfectly. He speaks well in English. He can speak with his players. He's a good communicator. People say he's good with the young guys. I believe he could be a good fit in Montreal. Just he wouldn't be my personal pick, but a lot of people have brought up his name as the next head coach, and I respect that. He's done his work. He knows what it takes to win, and I believe he's got a good shot at taking the job. And last but not least, there's Mark Quaff. From the start of his career, he's had success. The first year he got into the league, he won the Jack Adams Trophy with the Quebec Nordiques as the best head coach in the league in his first season, youngest ever to do so. It was pretty impressive. Unfortunately, the Nordiques had to move the following season to Colorado, but his success did not stop at his 1 year in Quebec. He won the Cup in Colorado the next season. Yeah, he coached Canada in 1998 in Nagano at the Olympics. They didn't do too well. He can speak a little bit of French back because he stayed a while in Quebec. He knows what the market here, although Quebec and Montreal aren't the same market, but people are still hockey crazy in both cities, and basically Montreal is the big team, but he knows the market quite well. He can speak a little bit of French, like I said. It would be somewhat of a problem because he's mainly Anglophone, and he has a hard time communicating in French, but I believe you give him a little time, he'll learn very well. He'll be able to communicate with the media, with the fans. People will, I believe, will like him. I believe for myself, my personal opinion, he is the best fit for the coaching job. Whether you disagree or agree, that's not my problem. But like I said before, ultimately I believe that Bob Gainey will remain coach past this season. He seems to have found a good fit with the team. He's the only one that has made Alex Kovalev work that nobody can say is not true with the Montreal Canadiens anyways. And I'd see Don Lever as his assistant. He could be a very good assistant, like I said, for the young guys coming up from Hamilton. Could help him out there, but I believe Bob Gainey will be the head coach. Basically, that was it. If please write in if you disagree or agree. We have a site set up, everything. You can come visit us at transitstop.com. We're gonna start getting more videos in. There's gonna be stand-up movie reviews for you pot smokers out there. There's gonna be the Stoner's Corner. That it's not very much right now, but we're gonna get there. So basically, that's it. It was Transit Sport with Joshua Boxman, and thanks you for viewing in. If you have any questions for me, please write in at you can find the link at transitstop.com to communicate with us. And also, every week I'll have a question for viewers. This week I'll ask you guys, why do you think Guy Carbonneau got fired, basically? Alright. So that's basically it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.